Hey, welcome.
Look at the camera.
I know, look at the camera. This is really weird. We're live though, or is it live? I can never tell. Hey, welcome to the Lo-Fi Check-In. My name is Roger. This is
Lisa.
Took a second there to come
Well,
up
this
with
is
it.
lo-fi, so
This is totally lo-fi. It's as lo-fi as lo-fi gets. So, and we're going to talk about that. So, this is our first ever show, and we're gonna talk about really why we're here and what we're hoping to accomplish, and the meaning of life, those kinds of questions. So, I think we'll start by talking about what is not okay is okay. I think that's the greatest place to start. And really, this all started with a very unfortunate situation, like a lot of things do.
the end of February.
Yeah,
Around the end of February.
The end of February, someone that we, really thought highly of. That
We didn't know him that well, but he was just, when you know somebody's really good, a good person. Well, that's kind of how I felt with him. Didn't know him that well, but I don't know why it just hit hard.
Yeah, it hit really hard. His name was Tim Grimes, and he was a barber.
Tim's Trims.
Tim's Trims, just amazing person. And really, we knew him because we took Noah. He cut Noah's hair, and Noah's autistic. And a lot of times people with autism have hard times with hair and sitting still and, taking direction. And he was so gentle and such a caring soul that it really just devastated. And at that point, I've always tried to do things with people with depression. I've had groups, and I'll say this, it's really hard dealing with people with depression, getting them to do stuff. And so this is why we wanted to do things, but we didn't want it to be like, okay, you have to go and you have to do something. The whole reason why we want to do this is so people could just plug in.
Wait a second. How many years did it take for me to get you to go get therapy?
It took,
or just to talk to somebody,
yes,
just to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, it took a long time
We've
because
known each other, what, 30 plus years,
30.
And I didn't know about your depression. I don't know, at least 5-6 years into it.
Yeah,
and
that's
even
how.
then I didn't quite believe it. I thought, oh, he's just feeling sorry for himself. Blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
And that's how I do. I get you roped in. I get you like hooked on the Roger, and then you have to have it. You have to have it. It's like, something. I am the cocaine of humans. I don't think I would write that anywhere. My coffee's really hot, by the way. We'll talk about that later. Hot coffee is very important. So anyway, back to Tim. We've lately been very open and in our discussions about mental health and what we want to do. And so when that happened, we didn't want that event to really just go unnoticed like so many suicides do. They just kind of go away, and what's left is a void. And so we started Not Okay is Okay with the main purpose of putting it out there that it is okay to not be okay. And of course, what does that mean? What does that mean? It's not okay to be okay.
Well, if you're having a crappy day, don't go around faking it like it's all fine and dandy. If you come around me, I can usually detect it pretty quick. So if you're gonna fake it don't try to fake it with me, because I will call you out on it. But yeah, it's all right to be pissed off. It's all right to be sad. Whatever, just have that day.
Yeah, and talk about it, and that's, even now. I mean, there's times that I don't want to talk, and let's just get this out here. We're in our recording studio next to our couch and our treadmill, and
one of our little dogs is over there whining.
Little dogs.
We have him caged off, but
yeah. So
he's still here.
Again, the lo-fi part of this we're emphasizing because it's gonna be, this is amateur hour. Anyway, so but going back to what we're talking about is for so long people feel like they have to put this face on, this veneer, this image that they just to go out, and it prevents people from being authentic. It prevents people from living their best life, and it prevents them from getting help and seeking help, even if that help is just talking to somebody over a cup of coffee, which is very important. I mean, you got to have support around you. So that's what we're trying to say with not okay is okay. It's the whole idea that we need to live authentically. We need to tell our story. When I stand up and tell my story, other people, it resonates with other people, and it gives them strength to do the same thing. It gives them strength to stand up and say, I also have problems with this. I've also struggled with that. And that's across the board for these things. So I really want that to be understood, is that is the impetus, because we all feel helpless at times. We all feel hopeless that we're alone, and we're not alone. We're absolutely not alone. And really, and I was talking to some people earlier, and I said, really, the people who are more alone are the healthy, normal, everything's going fine. You're more in a minority than people that deal with mental illness. Last year, just to give you an example, 40% of the people of all of the U.S. population said that they had a negative behavioral or psychological event happen. So, I mean, that's a huge number, and that's 40 that would admit it. There's a percentage in it, so I'm guessing it's like 60.
Well, my anxiety has ramped up since COVID, and I have swings of it where it's good and then it's bad, and so I'm dealing with my own stuff, just not necessarily depression, but that's anxiety's a mental disorder.
Oh, yeah,
it would be on the spectrum.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Anxiety, 100%. Don't discount that because, just because it's not major depressive disorder or schizophrenia or something that's one of the big ones. Anxiety is huge, and it adds so much to all the other crap that we have to deal with. So anyway, that's what not okay is okay, and we're going to be talking about this over and over again until everyone's sick of it.
We're just going to keep doing it,
yeah,
whether you come on or not.
Yeah,
we're getting therapy doing this ourselves.
Yeah, this is our therapy. We're putting it out there. We're therapizing. I'm making words up. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing is what's a lo-fi check-in? Well, we've already talked about the lo-fi part. The lo-fi part is we didn't spring for the professional MC or the professional anything.
Studio. We don't have a studio.
No,
this is us.
Yeah, this is how we are. We're going to eat dinner here after a little bit. We'll just keep going and eat our dinner. But lo-fi is low fidelity. We want to keep this light. And a check-in.
And anything goes. I mean, it doesn't. If you just need to get on and talk about something that has nothing to do with depression, mental disorder, come on. We'll just come on and we'll just.
Which brings me to the next thing is to go ahead, and if you want to be a guest or if you want to join us, go ahead and shoot us an email. I am going to do something. Banners. I'm going to put our email across the bottom of the screen, and then you can go ahead and hit us up on that. Let me see. I'm going to do this right now. We're learning as we go. Our email is not okay. Is okay. Oh, I was going to write at gmail.com. All right.
There you go.
Scroll the banner. Bam. Look at this.
Where'd it go?
Oh.
That didn't work. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Oh. What did it do? There
There you go. Oh, it's like the ticker on the news.
It is. This just in to the studio. We have an email, so use it. Okay, yeah. So like Lisa said, hit us up because we can have guests. We definitely want to have guests, and we want to have conversation about mental
Or
health.
if you just want to talk to me, message me on Facebook or on
Yes.
Messenger.
Or her fans only page.
Yeah, like I have one.
She doesn't. Don't look for it. She doesn't.
I don't have one. I think most people know I don't.
Right. The coffee is really hot.
I said that twice now.
I know. That's my what are we doing next? We'll talk about our coffee. I have a list here. So I want to talk about a subject. So one of the things that we want to do here is we want to talk about something, related to mental illness, psychology, something that people with depression or mental illness deal with. And one of the things that people sometimes do is called catastrophizing. And
Wait, is that a real word?
It's legitimately a real word. You could look it up, catastrophizing. And basically what catastrophizing is, it's looking always at the negative of this is horrible.
Oh.
My coffee.
The definition behind that, my name?
No, it's not. No, no, but it's like coffee is too hot. Oh, I burned my tongue. Oh, I'm going to sue McDonald's. And I guess that's already done. Anyway, it's looking at the worst possible outlook for anything. You're catastrophizing. A lot of people, say you're being a drama queen, or something like that. So, and it's a real thing, and people do it. So, what I want to talk about is positive catastrophizing, and that is not an actual term that is recognized in the psychological community. That is something I made up. Positive catastrophizing. What does that mean? So for me in my life, when I get thinking about, and I start having anxiety, with your anxiety, and anxiety is something that seems like it's always
different
there
for everybody.
Yeah, it's all different for
Mine's
everybody.
Different than his.
But sometimes I'll start thinking about small things, things that really don't matter, but they just kind of eat me up inside. And so sometimes what I'll do, and this is going to sound, if you never dealt with it, it's going to sound probably horrible. But I think, we're on a small piece of ground flying through space at 27,000 miles an hour. And, there's all these other things. And eventually we're going to hit something and it'll all be over. And I don't have to worry about this one thing that's bothering me. It's something that actually makes me feel calmer when I think about impending doom. It takes that little thing that I was so fixated on, we're all going to die someday and it's going to be horrible. We'll probably catch on fire. Well, that kind of takes some energy away from this little, I got a sliver in my finger or something and I can't get it out, or something smaller is bugging me. And I don't know if anyone else has that. And so one of the things that people who are suicidal do, and I don't mean currently suicidal. If you are currently suicidal, I'm going to put up a banner with the number, a number to call. So if that is the case, reach out by all means. But sometimes people with depression, they'll say, well, I could always kill myself. And for some reason that gives them a sense of peace. And it's horrible, but at the same time, I say that to myself from time to time. It's like, well, this is pretty bad, but if it gets worse, I can kill myself. It tends to calm me down. Now, again, I like looking at things at a more positive, let's try to make it more positive. But in the absence of that, sometimes positive catastrophizing does the trick. And I don't recommend that if that would tend to make it worse. because, oh, now I got the thing in my finger and we're all going to die horribly. That makes me, but what it means is there's an end at some point. At some point, I will not feel this way about this particular thing, and it refocuses my attention. Does that make sense? Or is that just wacko?
It makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
No, it does.
I mean, yeah,
I don't. Reason I'm kind of lost is because I don't have those. I've never really had those feelings. So it makes sense if I were to step back and just
right
piece it together. What you're saying, yeah, but I've never. My mind's different than yours.
Yes, and if we show anything, is that we're different. We're different people. I'm gonna. Now you've all had a time to. I'm gonna put that number on. Go ahead and talk. I don't know. I can't.
Well, let's see.
Right.
This is what I have to deal with. It's him. No. Me being a support person with somebody who suffers from depression or a mental disorder, whatever you want to call it, is what I've learned to do over the years is not try to fix it. Is to just have open ears and just listen, and keep your mouth shut for the most part. So that's, if any advice, just listen to the person who really needs to talk. And I'm a good listener. Well, for him most of the time, but other people because I've been married to him for a while. But sometimes it's just kind of hard not to say anything whenever he's telling me how he's feeling. Usually he's not saying much. So when he says he doesn't want to talk, I just let it be. And I'll say, when you're ready, you come talk to me. But anyways, okay, he's got it done. Good. I don't talk no more.
Oh man, it just gives me goosebumps when I do something correct. It's so cool. I want to sit back and just enjoy that National Suicide Prevention. So anyway, so one of the things that we're going to do is just touch base on some things, give you a little insight if you're not someone who's dealing with it, with the mental illness, to understand, to give you a little glimpse into what we deal with. I use that from time to time when I'm worried about something small, and which a lot of times when I get overwhelmed, it's because I'm worried about 20,000 different small things, when really it's, the giant meteor that I should be worried about. And so it kind of takes that energy and puts it on something that really there's nothing I can do anything about. So anyway, positive catastrophizing, you don't need to remember it because it doesn't exist other than with me. And I'm sure I'm not the only person. But these are the kind of things that we want to talk about.
We want input from everybody. You want to talk about, you can come on and you can talk about what you want to talk about. We would love to hear other people's, how they deal with stuff, how they deal with other people in their lives, how to support other people. Because like I said, I just deal with him, and I do. And
that's enough. I mean,
no, it is enough. Yeah.
It's, yeah, I don't mean it like that. But what I'm saying is, understand that we're not professionals. We don't do this for a living. We do this for life. I mean, this is our life. And we
want to spread the word.
Yes. And we have, and everyone, I don't care. I mean, so many times, well, I don't, a person will ask how we talk to someone who's in crisis, how we talk to my, family, my friends who's having, and Lisa will tell you, there's no magic. No. There's no magic thing. You just start talking. I'm here for you. I know, because I will say this from a person who suffers point of view, she'll ask me sometimes, well, how are you feeling? And the words don't really express it. So I can't come up with an explanation that she would be able to understand. There's, if you've never been through the dark, horrifying hellscape that is depression, and you've felt that, it's really hard to show that to somebody else or say, yeah, I'm walking through a horrible thing in the 7 levels of hell, and there's, all kinds of bad things. It's hard to talk about. It's hard to get there and to get that common ground. So the main thing is, it always feels better talking. And that's what we're here to do, is we're here to talk and hopefully start conversations with other people. And if not, we're just going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing it. Once a week, we're going to do it. We've decided we're going to start with once a week. We're going to go on Sundays at 4, and we're going to come on and we're going to have, hopefully we'll get some guests here that could, when we have conversations, it'll be with multiple people. I think I could do that. And really, we're just going to talk. And if 20 people watch, that's awesome. If 2 people watch, that's awesome. If 1 million
Nobody
people
watches, well, we just had conversation that we don't normally have with each other.
Yes. And we're
not fighting.
Yeah. And we're not looking at each other. So that's kind of weird, but it's like sitting and having dinner on the same side of the table. That's weird. So anyway, we value your feedback, and we want to invite you to join the conversation. We want to.
We're gonna end this because.
Let me say this one thing. We're gonna bring this to a conclusion. Amen. But the one thing I'll say is that this is, we want to create free speech around this whole topic, and that means, we want to be positive, but not positive at the sake of reality. We don't want to be on the deck of the Titanic playing music, that serves no purpose. Just being blindly positive in the scope of this situation is not really needed. We could buy a poster that says "Hang in there, baby," and we can get that. We want. We're going to talk about some things that are not pretty. I'm going to cuss, and I'm okay with that. There's going to be cussing, and there's going to be some things that are said that probably aren't popular, but that's real.
We want you to be real.
Yeah, we don't want sugar coated. We don't do sugar. Sugar causes inflammation. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but it does. In every aspect of it, it causes, when you sugarcoat something, you're not getting to the main course of it. There's no real nutrients in sugar, despite what Elf says. You can't live like that. So just be aware that we're gonna speak freely, and if you join us, we expect that same thing. Speak freely, say what you're gonna say, and then we'll just let the chips fall where they will. So
yeah.
I think that's it. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
No, not at this time. I think for our first, this is probably pretty good. We're not losing people's interest if there's even anybody on, but I don't care.
I'm having a great time. I'm
in my own little made up studio.
Yeah. So anyway, we want you to stay strong, and keep fighting, and join us, and let's fight together, and let's make a difference in people's lives. Let's be those first idiots that stand up at the game and put our hands up and start the wave, and let's get a bunch of people doing that with us. So
right on.
All right, have a great evening.
Thanks.
And we will talk to you on Sunday the 20th.
We will put it out on the Facebook page. When exactly
was it? The 25th though?
It was the 25th at 4:00 Sunday.
25th, 4:00.
Unless
Sunday.
we think of something else and you guys want other times, but anyways, that's where we're going with this right now.
Yes. Anyway. All right. Later.
Bye.